I quit my job 4 months ago to pursue content creation full time, and I wanted to kind of come on and talk about the pros and cons of being a full time content creator. So, also, just a preference, I consider myself both, I guess, an influencer and a content creator, but I would say more of a content creator. I consider Vader to be the influencer of the family. I'm just the one behind the scenes creating the content. However, I do also work full time for Comfort Clothing now. And that I do feel more on the influencer side since I do a lot with their human line. Okay, gonna start off with the positives. So the pros of being a full-time content creator. And just to give you all the backstory, I worked full-time in an office for a financial firm. So I was going in to the office 40 days a week, 40 hours a week, every single week, plus drive time. So just to start of what I did before. So my number one pro would be the flexibility in my schedule. So just being able to wake up at a normal hour. My alarm goes off at 7. I get out of bed at 7:30, and then I get to go to the gym, which is huge because I've always been someone that loves working out. And between having Vader and working in an office 40 hours a week, I had to, prioritize him over the gym. And I had no problem doing that. And I would still walk, we would still do stuff at home, but I had to cancel my gym membership on weekdays. I would go on the weekends. So being able to be back in the gym every single day makes me so happy. It's such the best start to my day. I actually do CrossFit, which I love and missed so much. So I'm just so happy to be back doing that. Additionally, my flexibility just with my work schedule. It also has a con that kind of goes with that, which we will talk about in a little bit, but for the most part, just being able to create my schedule, getting to make breakfast at home, getting to make lunch at home, actually being able to cook dinner. Those are the things that it's so crazy that I did not have time to do when I was working and driving into the office every single day. The other biggest piece of flexibility is being able to work from everywhere and travel everywhere. So being able to get in the car and go spend a month with my family up in Virginia, bring Vader up with me, getting to go on trips that I don't know that I would have been able to go on if I was still working in the office. Since I've quit my job, I've done a bunch of road trips around Florida, like Tampa, Fort Lauderdale area, Orlando. I took a trip up to Virginia, and then from there, we actually took a trip up to New York City. I've now done that twice. I got to go see the Jonas Brothers on a whim, which I would not have been able to do. I've gotten to attend all the weddings, all the baby showers that all of my friends are having right now because I am 29, so it's that time. So literally just being able to be present in those people's lives is something that I would not have had the time to do. I would not have had the PTO to be able to do all these things. My next pro is actually just financial freedom as well. So I'm making a lot more doing social media than I was at my prior job. I was in an entry-level role there, so I wasn't super high up. I wasn't making the big bucks in a financial firm, so it wasn't hard to beat. However, being able to have the financial freedom to give back, having the financial freedom to be able to give, I love gift giving. I love when I see something and I think, oh my God, this person would love this, and being able to purchase it for them. Also, selfishly, it's fun to buy stuff for ourselves. I'm just gonna straight up say it. I don't need to beat around the bush. I love spending money. So having money to spend is so nice. And then kind of adding on to that, a huge pro has been I've been able to actually hire my mom. So she was able to retire from her full-time job, and she is now my personal assistant. So she does a lot of kind of my, she manages my email inbox. She helps me with kind of stuff that I really should be doing as a full-grown adult, but she books my appointments again. Just the things that take up time, so that way I can therefore scale my work and go and be filming and doing other things and doing what I'm doing right now, because she's ordering me a salt and pepper shaker because I do have the time to do that, but those are the things that I'm able to have help with. And with that, we're able to travel together. That's my favorite part, is she can actually come with me on my travels. It's so nice having a second person, especially traveling with a dog, because traveling alone with a dog can be daunting and difficult. I don't like to leave him in Airbnbs and hotels. I mean, I do occasionally, but I don't love to. So even having someone to be able to watch him, when we went up to New York for our Milk-Bone Supergirl brand deal, I was able to run off and do a couple things here and there, and she was able to stay with Vader because New York City's a lot with a dog. I would say the last pro that I can think of right now, even though literally everything I've said has been like huge part of my life, like my mental health is so much better. I'm so much happier. I just feel like I'm able to take better care of myself being at home all the time. But the biggest pro I would say is just getting to spend all this time with Vader. Their life is already so short, and being away from him for, I mean, it was total about 50 hours if you kind of driving time. I did have dog walkers. I did have a roommate who was with him in the day, so he wasn't always alone. But being able to be with him myself has been such a game changer, and just something that I do not take for granted. Being able to snuggle him, being able to be here with him when it's thundering in the day, which I never was. I actually, this year was like, are these thunderstorms bigger than what they've always been in the past? Because like literally the biggest thunderstorms ever, but I'm like, maybe I just wasn't home to hear them be this big. And he is so scared of thunder. So it broke my little heart knowing he was here by himself whenever in Florida, the thunderstorms at 3 p.m. If you know, you know. And with being with him all the time, it actually makes leaving him for things a little bit easier. So it used to be I was away from him for 50 hours a week, per se. So anything on top of that, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go see a movie with my friends. I didn't want to go out to dinner if he wasn't invited. I mean, obviously, I still would prefer him be there because I'm attached to him and I have separation anxiety. He doesn't. I do. But when I was gone from him for that long, it was so hard to leave him on top of that. So I'm just so glad that I was able to, you know, change jobs, be home with him, and now I can do some more of those fun stuff. Like if a friend says, let's go get dinner at this nice restaurant that we can't bring dogs, like it's okay because I know I've been with him all week long. He's gonna be okay for 3 minutes, 3 hours. I mean, I know you all probably saw the video that went viral of him looking depressed when I left him for 3 hours for a baby shower. He was just sleeping, sitting up. He's fine. He's so fine. I used to leave him for 40 hours a week. He's gonna be okay for the 3. Okay, so now to get into the cons. And I'm just gonna start off and say, I am so grateful for this opportunity. I love what I get to do. I am obsessed with my job. Like, it truly is the best thing. That doesn't mean that there's not still things that are challenging, that are difficult, that are a lot. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because I think I've seen influencers make videos where like they're complaining about their job and people in the comments are always roasting them for like, oh, you guys have it so easy, XYZ. And again, I'm not saying I don't have it easy. I just don't think it's as easy as a lot of people that don't do content creation understand. So, starting off, the first one, you are your own business. You're running your own business. And on top of having to do all of the businessy stuff like taxes and business, that's why I thank goodness I have my mom, because it's a lot running payroll, doing all the things. You have to structure your own day. And I thought I was going to be so good at this. I was always a hard worker at work. I would get there. I would be on top of things. I would get my work done. It is so hard to stay motivated throughout the day and get your things done. Like the amount of time I sit down and start scrolling or get off track, and then the day's just gone. And I'm like, holy cow, I did not get 90% of the things done that I needed to. Is like, I was not prepared for how difficult it was going to be to get all the things done in the day that I need to get done. And I have so much time, but sometimes I feel like with more time, there's more time to procrastinate and I don't get everything done. Now, thankfully, I work in a job that for the most part, it's not like I have to get things done in one day, which like, again, that kind of makes it easier to procrastinate. So I'm like, well, I can just do it tomorrow. I have tomorrow. And then it just keeps rolling. Also, I was so prepared to have so many hours and so much time, and I feel like I am constantly stressed with everything I have to do. I bought a huge Lego set, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this when I quit my job because I'm gonna have all of this free time. I have no free time. I also planned all these trips, which, like, yes, I can travel and still do my job, but it still is like you're out of your routine, and working for Comfort, like you almost have to do it at your house, or like I can do it at my parents' house, because you need to be filming, you need to be editing, voiceovering, posting. Like, it's really hard to do that on the road. Now it can be done, it's just more challenging. Another con that I have found with doing content full time, and this actually, like, I feel like was when I was doing it part-time as well, but I would say more so full-time, is it never stops. Kind of going back to like what I was just saying with the timeliness, but there's always more to do. You can always make another post. You can always find more content to edit. You can always, like, there's always more to be done. You're never finished. You don't clock out. On all of my trips, I am unfortunately very much on my phone. And I mean, I always was on my phone. I'm very chronically online. Like, people always joke about Joe Jonas being chronically online. Like, I am very much Joe Jonas. I am chronically online, which I think truly helps in the social media space, because you get to see trends, you get to see what other people are doing, you get to like take away like bits and pieces. Like, I think to be successful in this, you almost have to be a little bit chronically online. Like, me scrolling is like research, doing work, studying. But that being said, when I'm on trips, I'm still working. I'm still thinking of content to make, still thinking of what to post. I do unfortunately think that social media platforms don't like when you stop posting, even for a day. So it's hard to take a day or two off. I actually did this weekend. I took 2 days off from posting on Vader's Instagram, and I'm fighting my way back now. And it was something I knew that was gonna happen. I was traveling without him. He was with my parents. I just wasn't really feeling inspired. I was on vacation with my friends. I was at a bachelorette. I was at a Jonas Brothers concert. I didn't really want to be thinking of something to make that I wasn't already inspired. If something came to me and I instantly felt inspired, 100% would have done it. But it's sometimes hard to find the inspiration when your muse, aka Vader, my dog, was not with me. Another con, I would say, I don't even like using the word cons. I'm going to say challenge. Challenges is a better word. So another challenge that I have faced is, and this is more specific to like exactly my job with Comfort, is like the behind the scenes stuff takes up so much of my time. Like organizing the clothes, figuring out what I need for this week. I have a storage unit, so I take stuff to the storage unit, I get stuff, I bring it here, you have to unbox it, you have to like get it ready for filming. Sometimes that requires steaming it. Sometimes I have to lint roll because I have a white golden retriever and I like to wear colors like this one, espresso. So just having like the behind the scenes stuff that is not the filming, it's not the main stuff, honestly takes up so much of my time. I don't hate doing it. Like, I actually kind of find some enjoyment in the organization piece, but it takes up time that I'm needing to be filming. The last challenge kind of ties in all of the challenges together. It's that a lot of people don't respect the amount of work that actually goes into content creation. There are a ton of people who are like, oh, you can do this, you have free time, like, you're not doing anything, you can come on this trip, you can, hang out and do this, but actually we have a job. Like, I have work to do in the day. And again, I thought when I quit my job, I wasn't gonna have this much work to do, but I do. And so finding a way to kind of set boundaries with the people in your life in a kind way, obviously, but like letting them know that yes, I'm still working, and yes, there is a lot of work that goes into being a content creator and being able to be successful in it. I love how many people in the world right now are like trying to become a content creator, influencer, and how many people are finding so much success in it, because it is a crazy world. Like, I never thought I would be here today, truly. Like, I mean, growing up, I always wanted to be famous. In grad school, when TikTok came out, obviously, we all were doing the TikTok dances during COVID. and I would have dreamed to be an influencer. I wanted to be in the Hype House so bad. So like, did I always dream of this? Yes. But did I ever think it would actually come true? Honestly, no. Like I had shot this in the foot. I was not going to be a content creator. When I started Vader's page, I had no idea dog content creators were a thing. I was just having fun with it, sharing photos of Vader because I was taking a bajillion because I love taking photos and he's just so stinking cute. I love that many people are trying to get into this, but I just want you to know, if you're watching this and that's you, it's not easy. If it was easy, everyone could do it. It's a ton of work, but it is so rewarding. It is the best job I've ever had. It has just truly made my life so much better. Financially, free time, being able to spend time with family, my dog, like everything that comes with it has been such a true blessing, and I couldn't be more grateful and just thankful like that people follow me and care to know about my story. Like I'm just a little girl that doesn't know what she's doing in the world, and I can't believe that people take the time to like and comment on my videos. So like I'm forever grateful. Thank you. So although there are always going to be challenges in everything we do, in the best job ever, there's still going to be challenges. I just wanted to come on and be transparent, be authentic, and talk about my experience over the last 4 months. And maybe these things will change as I move on. Maybe I'll get better at structuring my day and staying on schedule and not procrastinating. Who knows? But for now, thank you all for being here, and I hope you all have a great day.